Hi folks, so come to finish this room off and just wanted to show you, we've just been to B&Q to get some more paint, and we got a couple of new brushes as well, do this skirting board and the woodwork of the doors, and we bought this extended roller because Joanne wants me to do a hallway. Now you've seen how high these ceilings are on the last set of videos that I did. Sorry about the blurry screen, by the way. Every time I move this camera in this room, I think it's because it's got nothing to focus on. All the walls are blank, so I think that's what might be causing it, but I don't know, maybe it's the light in here or something. I'm not sure exactly why it keeps going blurry. I suspect it's something to do with the fact that it's got nothing to focus on apart from a blank wall, so when you move it, I'm not sure. I'm not a technical camera dude. So anyway, yeah, so basically we bought this extended roller thing. It wasn't that expensive really, actually. There was two parts. We've got the extension pole and you've got this bit here. This is the thing, Vanquish. So you got this thing, and that's the extended handle bit is downstairs. And in fact, I wonder if I can attach the handle to this extension pole. If I can do that, it'd be even better. But anyway, so I'm going to try that later actually. But even with this extended pole, now in here, of course, even though the ceilings are high up, now bear with me a second because I've got to try and do this with the camera in my hand as well as, what the heck is on there now? Something just got, oh, never mind. I'll sort that out in a minute. Right, so, well, you see, I wish I had this because I'm not standing on the ladder. And I can do this quite easily, even with one hand I can do this quite nicely, and I can reach the top of the ceiling. Of course we still have the issue of not being able to cut in, you know what I mean, I still have to try and rig up a paintbrush to try and get to that top piece, but otherwise this would have been absolutely ideal, because it's a nice long proper extension pole, proper material. See, this is what I was saying in one of the other videos, you know, about preparation, but also about having the correct tools and the right tools for the job, because it makes life so much easier. I mean, yeah, you can cut corners and you can and rig stuff up, and believe me, that's one thing that with my dad was, he called himself a master of all trades. No, got that wrong. A jack of all trades, a master of none. And he was a bodger, you know what I mean? So instead of buying something new, typical Yorkshireman, and like I said, typical Yorkshireman, and the thing is that he would, you know, instead of buying the proper stuff, which, okay, fair enough, you know, at the end of the day, he was on a pension, you know, again, this isn't necessarily about getting the old violin out and but, you know, I come from a very deprived background, plain and simple. And so I know my father didn't have a lot of money, so I get it, I get why, you know, make do and mend and all that sort of thing, do you know what I mean? I get it, I totally get it, but, you know, the thing is that part of doing that is that sometimes it can make the job harder, longer, more difficult, it's not ideal, and also it can have not so good consequences. One time when my brother, he had a dog, a Labrador Retriever, black Labrador Retriever, called it Fred. Beautiful little dog, 6 months old at the time, and instead of my dad buying a proper leading chain for it, leading collar I mean, what have you, he rigged up this flipping makeshift flipping collar and chain thing, and like, you know, like the links of the chain, you know, normally they're welded or whatever, you know, they're securely fastened. Well, this, he just got a pair of pliers and squished it to the thing, and you know, it was 6 months old, this dog. It was a Labrador Retriever, like I said, and quite a strong dog. And our Tony took him for a walk one day, and the link came undone because he saw a cat, and, you know, typical instinct of a dog, chased after the cat, ran straight out into the road, bang, got hit, killed. and my brother was not happy. Not happy. He was so angry at my father. Do you know what I mean? He really was. And so that's why, you know, but that's typical of my dad. He like I say, bodger. So yeah, I do the same things at times. Maybe not something like that though. I wouldn't, you know, if it comes to, you know, I mean, like sticking the paintbrush on the end of the pole is one thing. Do you know what I mean? But rigging up something like that just to, well, I say just to save a couple of bob. It wasn't so much saving because, like I said, he was, you know, he was a pensioner, so he didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? And so we couldn't afford to get proper things necessary. Sometimes maybe, but not very often. So a lot of time you had to make do with what you had and try and what's that? So, like I said, I get it, but also cautionary tale. Like I say, you know. Not having the proper equipment and proper tools and stuff can also have not so good consequences necessarily. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to, that just kind of just came out of nowhere. But that's the thing with my vlogs, isn't it? I don't know what you're going to get. Never mind, you guys know what you're going to get. I don't know what you're going to get. Because I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth sometimes, you know what I mean? But yeah, in terms of bodging and what have you, to bring it back to this, like I said, at the end of the day, it's really good and useful to have the proper equipment and proper tools because it does make life a lot easier and simpler. What was it? Oh, it's a piece of cardboard or something. I was just wondering what got stuck to the roller then. Right, so yep, like I said, I wish I'd had this earlier on. Would have made this job a lot easier and simpler, having to get up and down on that ladder every 5 minutes. But anyway, so yeah, the hallway out there is so much taller. It's the way they've designed this flat. You know, I don't get it. I don't understand how, because even a professional painter and decorator would, I reckon, would struggle trying to, you know, deal with the ceiling out there. Now I can't show it you because Joanne's asked me not to, and I respect her wishes. You know, because it hasn't been touched in 30 years, do you know what I mean? Because, you know, she can't do it, do you know what I mean? It's you know, like I said, even a professional decorator would struggle trying to get to that ceiling out there because it's even higher than the ceiling in here, do you know what I mean, in that hallway. And then you know, you've got the landing is quite narrow, and so you can do part of it, but where the ceiling goes over the top of the stairs, then it's virtually impossible to get to the top of it. But this thing now, it reaches just about, but even with this, I'm still having to, you know, and I might even still have to use the ladders at certain points. Maybe not on the stairs though, because, you know, the stairs is just too narrow. But yeah, so anyway, like I said, we've come to finish the skirting boards and woodwork around in this room, and then she wants me to do the hallway, and then the small bedroom at the back, and eventually do the living room. So yeah, I'm ended up starting off doing her cupboard for her, and now I'm doing the whole house. So anyway, it's alright, it's cool, I love it, and I'm enjoying it. And she's treating me, you know what I mean? She treats me to some, like a breakfast, or even, you know, a sort of meal in the evening and stuff like that. So hey, flipping heck, I'm getting a free meal out of it, why not? Do you know what I mean? So it's cool, man. Yeah, there was something else. But now completely, as usual, completely escapes me. There was something. What the heck was it? I have no idea now. I've completely forgotten. I'm sure it will occur to me as soon as I stop filming. And I'll say, "Oh, I just remembered." Right. Okay. So for now, until I do remember what the other thing was, I'm going to leave it there for now, folks. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now. Okay folks, so I've managed to fix this now. I had no idea there was a panel that you could put over this. It's got a little lock on it as well. Oh wow, just noticed it's really out of focus. Anyway, so yeah, so I don't know if you saw that clearly or not. So there's a little sort of latch that you can put on it that you can close that off. So I've painted that, just touched it up here and there, sort of finishing touches inside it. I've yet still to do the framework needs finishing off, and I've started the skirting boards, and I've started the framework of this door as well, using them frog tape to try and get a nice clean line, and also stop it from obviously going onto the wall. Yeah, and I just want to mention, this is a little quick review of this particular brand of paint that Joanne bought, and it's called Velspar. And my personal opinion, this isn't an expert opinion, but this is just my personal opinion, is don't like it. Don't like the coverage, don't like the fact that it's really watery. It's supposed to be a gloss paint, and even though it might not be shiny gloss, the coverage is terrible. It really is. It's just really difficult to get. I'm going to have to obviously give that a second coat. And just in terms of like the amount of area you can cover with a tin that size as well, and bear in mind that tin of paint is over £15. 15 quid for that tin of paint, and what you get for it. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's value for money, and I don't think it's that brilliant a product, that, in my humble opinion. I don't like using it, I don't like working with it. Personally, I just don't think it's a really good paint. Really don't. I've used different makes of paint over the years, and you know, Crown, Dulux, all the usual big names and all the rest of it sort of thing, and you know, they all vary, you know, different types of paint and what have you, and this, that and the other, but overall, you know, I found them, you know, not too difficult to use, and the coverage reasonable. This stuff, it's a pain in the bum. It's more hard work. You're trying to get nice even coverage, trying to get rid of the streaks and whatever. You're trying to get nice coverage, nice even, and flipping heck, it's just like you're constantly having to go over it. You get one bit and then another bit appears, and then you get another bit appears. It's a flipping pain in the bum. So, okay, and again, I accept the fact that I'm not an expert, I'm not a painting decorator, I'm not qualified in it, you know, I'm just Joe Blogs DIY, do you know what I mean? But just on a personal level, like I said, for me, I mean, I have used paint for most of my life, one way or another. Okay, painting paintings and stuff like that, but even with painting paintings, you know, oil paint, acrylic, and whatever, I've used loads of different mediums throughout my life. But mostly a majority of being paint, and you know, even in terms of the coverage of a canvas or piece of hardboard or whatever it is you're painting on, you know, this stuff's rubbish as far as I'm concerned. That's, like I said, you know, other people might say like, no, you don't know what you're talking about, it's absolutely brilliant and blah blah blah, and you know, fair enough, maybe they're right, you know what I mean, but no, I don't like it. Do not like that paint. So I've asked Joanne not to get that when I'm going to do the hallway and the living room at some point when I'm definitely going to do the living room for her as well. I'm not going to ask her not to get the Valspar because one, it's really expensive, like I say, it's not cheap, and for what you're paying and what you get, nah. You know, personally I'd go for like one of the bigger names, like I say, the Crown, the Dulux, or whatever. Or even something even generic, do you know what I mean? Some other kind of generic paint that hopefully just still does the job but is just as good, but you know, cheaper obviously. I don't know, I'm not, you know, personally I don't like that Valspar, I don't like it. Anyway, okay, so that's my little unofficial review of that particular brand of paint. Like I said, not my cup of tea at all. So, okay, right, I'm going to leave it there for now, folks. Didn't get a heck of a lot done today, but, you know, it's getting there. I think this is turning into much more of a project than perhaps I realised. I thought it was just going to be a quick do-for job, you know what I mean, just get it done. Bish bash bosh, you know what I mean. Yeah. So, yeah, but that's good though. It's good to have a hobby. So, and if painting Joanne's house for the next year or two, or whatever, however long it takes, then so be it. It keeps me busy, it keeps me occupied, keeps me out of mischief, and I quite enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It's just the particular materials I'm using at the minute, I'm not enjoying using them. But the overall, what's them, is great. Love it. Right, okay, so like I said, just very quickly, like I say, I've done the skirting board around here. So from, I presume you can see that there. I'm assuming you can see where I've done it from, all the way around, down to the door there, and to that door there. So the skirting's done around there. The framework on the outside of this door is done. I've yet to do the framework on both sides of this door. The inside of the framework of that door needs to be done, or finished off at least. But other than that, this room is virtually done. Well, the painting at least, the painting side of it. And of course it's the curtains, the flooring, the new bed and whatever else she wants to put in it. Right, okay. Finally, I'm going to shut this video. Yeah, right, okay. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Going to see John tomorrow. And we're going to have a little chat about this French trip. This trip to France. Oh God, I feel like an idiot sometimes. I can't speak. I can't even frame a sentence. Wow. Right. Okay. So, yeah. Right. Okay. So I'm going to see John tomorrow. And we're gonna, because like I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but for those that are not aware, John was originally born in France. He speaks French fluently. You wouldn't know it to hear his accent. He speaks perfect English. In fact, I interviewed him, and that video is on my other channel, my Re-Engaged channel. So for anybody that wants to go and watch that, you can do. So that's John Connolly. That's the guy I'm going to see tomorrow. And like I say, you hear him speaking, you wouldn't know from his accent. He sounds as English as anyone that lives in England. Oh God. Anyway, so yeah, right. I'm getting paint all over my camera, you know, as I'm holding it hand full of paint. Right. All right. Sorry, folks. I'm just really tired now. Right. Okay. I'll leave it there, and I'll catch you guys later. Because if I keep rambling, we're going to be here for another 25 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, whatever. Right. Catch you guys later. BFN.